Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and episode 2 here on Court Farms. So we're in September 2. We did get some, time a bit too far there. We did get some bales stacked here. So we took them from the lease field down the lane there, stacked them here. There's struggling to find room for anything on this farm. Definitely a very small farm for sure, but got some hay bales. We fed some to the calves. What else went on? Pretty much it really. That's all I did really off camera. So yeah, we got some bale loaded onto this trailer here with the Massey, and then we unloaded them right here into the yard. So the plan for today is that we need to get some straw processed, chopped, but first we need to actually buy some straw. So we have some straw bought already. It's up at the animal dealership. We're gonna head up there. We're gonna grab some straw bales from them, and then we're going to head to the local deer dealer. They have a bale processor that they rent out. They have a few machines that they rent out, so a bale processor is one of them, so we are going to rent that for the day. I'm thinking that we're just going to process the bales and put them, possibly just process it into this bunk for now. And then not sure what we'll do with the manure, but yeah, I think that we're gonna put the bedding, straw bale shreds or whatever you want to call it into here. So that's the plan. The calves need straw. They're not very happy with me, so we're gonna head up with the Massey. Trailer worked out nice for loading bales. That was good. A good little little bale trailer for sure. I don't know if we really need anything bigger than this at the moment. So we do have 2 more rented fields, just small rented fields that we need to get mowed as well. So just kind of getting everything settled for the moment before we start cutting more grass, because kind of need to see how much cows eat and stuff. We're gonna get another load of cows in here at some point. Just a few more calves. And that will be direct from Court Farms. They have some more calves that they need us to take, so gonna be another 8 or 10 depending. They got a few more cows that are should be calving here soon. We had Jeff, the guy that works here. He pretty much primarily handles the bales. Local livestock dealer here. They do a lot of bale sales on the area. So Jeff, he's the guy that you work with when you're trying to get some bales loaded in. So this little JCB teletruck here is kind of a mix between a skid steer telehandler and a forklift. It's pretty slick. We could definitely use that on our farm. How tight it is. So, but yeah, that's a pretty slick little machine. So bales cost us about 10 grand. So definitely not the cheapest purchase for our farm at the moment, so I think we're going to take the back way, just because we got quite a big load here. Better to be safe than sorry, and being on the main road and something disastrous happened with these bales in the back. So we'll take the back way, and definitely going to take a little bit longer, but when we get back to the farm, we got to get these unloaded, then we got to head up to the deer dealership and start getting those or get that bale processor picked up and get that used today. So we only got it for one day, so we got to get the job done today. A few other things that we got today is we have to start working on getting some of those silage bales wrapped. That's a big job. And then because if we ever get a load of actual heifers instead of calves, farmer over at Court Farms, he wants the heifers to start getting on some silage. Not a ton, but he wants a little bit in there, so we do need to get those so they are ready to go if we ever do need to get a load of heifers in. So for now, these calves, we're just feeding them hay at the moment, so they're off the milk. Guy doesn't give us the cows or the calves until they're off milk, so we're good to just give them some hay for now. So, and now we're gonna go about it with feed, kind of just at the mercy of what farmer wants done, how he wants his cows fed and stuff. So should be okay. Another pretty cool little area here, just taking the back way to our farm, but that's our farm up there on the hill. We turned off the main road just right back there. It's just a nice back pathway here, just like a nice it's like it's pretty much not just a farm track, it's a nice little dirt path, so really scenic little bridge there. And it brings us right up into our back pastures here. Plenty of nice ground that we could pick up eventually. That would be really good. Really great, easy access to it from our farm. Lots of bales to move, that's for sure. That's pretty much the name of the game for the next month, I think. These bales moved. Let's see, where do we want to put this? Probably just gonna grab the bale processor with the landy there. Can't really unhook this trailer. A single axle. It's gonna fall. Hooked up to something at the moment, so we'll just put it here. We'll hop in the landy and then we'll head up to the dealership. Just passing the local pub here. We got some pretty good food and beverage there, that's for sure. Only been there a few times, but I was impressed. There's some good local food. Cuisine is definitely a little bit different here in the UK than it is back home in the US, but it's not anything that's make or break. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. So, I mean, get into those Asian countries and stuff sometimes, some of that food is sometimes questionable than what we're used to, but yeah, here the food is excellent. So this is actually the deer dealership. So RBM Agriculture, the name of it. Oh, they're deer dealership primarily, but they do sell some Manitou and Krone and specialize in all but loading equipment, so we did decide to take the tractor down just in case we had hookup issues. So at least some nice new equipment on display, that's for sure. But they say that you're supposed to park in the back, come around the back side. Also do a little bit of horse equipment as well. Looks like they only have a few pieces of tillage equipment there, but got the tractor down for now. Probably some used, either in for service or equipment for sale, I don't know, but nice 6620. W25, classic. Nice old Ford, and then a nice old John Deere 2040, so. In the back, looks like they got a display T550. Nice, that's a heck of a nice combine. Who knows if we'll ever be able to afford that. Probably never going to be in the budget for us, but. So I'll talk to this fella here and we'll get some paperwork filled out and whatnot, and grab that blower. Alright, so they said they have it sitting out at Bay 4, right outside of Bay 4 in the back, so drive around back and grab that. He did say these tractors here are actually for sale. They're used trade-ins. People upgraded into a newer Deeres. Might be worth just taking a look at them. This one's in pretty, I mean, they're all in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear, but that's to be expected. Huh. This Ford would be slick. Maybe a little bit too big for our operation right at the moment, but that thing is sweet. Probably at the top of our price range at the moment too, because we don't really have much of a price range at this point unless someone's giving us something for free. So, all right, so they send a head on back. Bay 4 is where it's sitting. Guys are busy moving some boxes here. Well, there it is, Bay 4. K-brand Premor blower, so bale processor, whatever you want to call it, has a few different names. Hook up the PTO and the hydraulic lines. I believe we can get out this way. Yeah, it looks like it. And that big M that thing is slick. Wouldn't that be sweet to be able to afford that someday? Oof. That's some big time operation stuff right there, that's for sure. Well, we have quite a drive back to the farm, so we will be cutting out, and I'm gonna catch you guys back once we get back to the farm. I was thinking about it on the way back to the farm. We are gonna have to get these bales unloaded first, because we need to actually hook up the Massey to this processor. So we gotta get these bales unloaded, then we can start processing them. Hopefully we can beat the rain. That would be really nice. We might even process at least 2 bales right into the pens for the calves, and then we'll just process the rest into the bunker, just so they can get that bedding in there and they'll be a little bit more happy. Oh, We're gonna have to figure out where we're gonna put these bales at the moment. Also where we want to park this processor. Everything is just so tight. We'll just put the processor right over here. Right. Get this unhooked. I'm gonna have to bust the wheelbarrow out and clean up some manure. Oh, the bale forks in here. Not thinking that the Massey's in the best position to be unloading bales at the moment. I think we might actually swing it around the back, then return the hazard lights off. I think we might swing it around the back of this pit here. Need to do some leveling right here. There's a big drop off right there on the left side, which coming through here with big draw wagons and bales and all that stuff is probably not the best idea, but at the moment that's what we got. So I think we're probably just gonna unload these right here for now. Pull this up. Take these straps off. We'll just put them on the ground for now. Probably just gonna be able to take two at a time would be my guess. Careful not to knock the other bales down, that wouldn't be fun. Where do we want to put these? I guess for the time being, just gonna set them right here. Easy to grab when we're loading them into the processor, I suppose. That ground needs some work as well, that's for sure. I'm blocking off this drive, but that's right. We're immediately gonna turn around and get these processed, so oh boy. Hopefully these bales can last us a while. We don't have a ton of cows, so the bedding isn't going to be needed to be changed out every day or whatever, so should be all right. These tight yards are definitely different than back home, that's for sure. Back home you're used to a nice wide open, lots of space. But ground is limited. I mean, everywhere you go, so you gotta make the most of it, so I understand it. That's for sure. A lot of these farms are very old, so back when they were probably built, they didn't really have much machinery. Obviously, it still runs some pretty small stuff here, but even smaller back then, I would assume. There we go. Got those unloaded. So now repick these bales up the right way. Hopefully not tear them up. Then we'll jump over to the Massey, get that unhooked from the trailer. Leave this running for now. That unhooked from the trailer, and then get the blower hooked back onto the Massey. We'll get to work. So I've had a thought. We have our last straw bale in there from our last load. Why don't we just blow the straw in there? Well, yeah, because then it keeps it covered up. Keep it in the hay shed, or this old sheep shed there. Because we don't have any sheep right now. Probably won't have sheep for a bit. And honestly, we might end up turning that into another cow pen to keep the calves and the cows separated. I was looking into the price of like calf hutches or igloos. They're not the cheapest. And we have that little pasture right there anyway, so like definitely could use that. I know it was originally used as a sheep pen, but we definitely could use that as a cow enclosure. So but I mean, even for now, we could just use it as a covered storage shed for this straw here, because having it into the bunker, it's going to get wet. I mean, we got rain in the forecast already, so we process all this, and then we go in and then it rains. It's not going to be quality. We just wasted, or we'd still use it, but we just wasted 10 grand on straw, so at least quality straw. So we need to really keep it covered, so maybe that's the plan. We just process it into this shed for now. I think I really like that idea, actually. Certainly a lot of back and forth in these tractors today. All that messing around, and we just finally got our first bale processed at just about noon, so we've been at it since 6 a.m. so definitely a lot of driving to get things figured out today. So I think I like that idea. I think I like that idea a lot. Process these bales into the old sheep shed there. That is going to be a good plan. Round bales, this processor, you can put one in and then leave one in that back hatch thing there, and kind of do two at a time. But these square barrels are a lot bigger. So let's Go snag another one quick. There's the rain. Gotta get this job done quick. Get in here, let's get processing. Now you might be asking yourself, why in the world are you processing these bales? Well, that is because there actually is not a bale trigger, at least that I've found, and at least just at this barn itself, or this cow barn. Not a bale trigger for straw for bedding, so you can dump loose straw in there. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're processing the bales, because we can take a bucket and we can kind of just spread it in the pens for bedding. Also, we are just getting these bales into some shelter for now, because it is pissing down right now. Coming down hard, that's for sure. Not really my favorite thing, because we got quite a bit of hay bales out there still that need to be taken off and put into cover. So. But that's the nature of our farm right now. We have limited space, so things are gonna have to sit outside, unfortunately. But we're gonna limit what we can to what does sit outside. Hay isn't as big of an issue, I think, opposed to straw, because straw, you want it to be dry. So there's no real point in changing it out, because the point of changing it out is when it gets all wet and covered in cow crap. You want a nice dry bedding for the cows, make them happy. So definitely keeping that under cover is what we want to do. While the tractor's running, we might as well just do this one. We might hook up the bucket and get some of this moved into the back of the shed. We stuck on there pretty good. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright. So let's get this one blown in. Definitely kind of interesting, because you point it to the back of this shed here, and it doesn't recognize it as it's part of our land. You have to kind of process them and put them into the front, and then I plan on just pushing it back with the bucket. see if we can do a little bit over on this side. Line it up. Let's give that a... Says you don't have access if you have it going too far back there. After it's processed, it certainly looks like it takes up a lot of space, that's for sure. Alright, we'll just pull this sucker over here. We need to close the window. Keep the cab nice. We'll get the bucket and move some of the straw and push it back to the back. And yeah, it's kind of our job for the day when it's raining like this. I was hoping to get some bales wrapped, but don't want to wrap them when they're that wet. That's a recipe for disaster and mold and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna need to let those bales dry out a bit. That's for sure. So, all right, I'll keep going to work, and I'll catch you guys here in a bit. Had to go inside and get my wellies on. It's doesn't look like the rain is going to be stopping anytime soon, so we are going to spend the day, or we're going to spend some time getting this cow pen cleaned out. Shoveled up into the wheelbarrow here and dumped into the pen, or into the what am I trying to say? The bunk, where we're dumping our manure. Also spent some time cleaning up the shed there. We got some equipment moved and whatnot. I actually was thinking about shredding some bales and putting them in the back of that shed, but I thought better to that and decided not to do that, so. We only got through 5 bales, so. Processed 4 into that sheep shed there, and then we got 1 processed into the pen here. So, we're going to be returning the shredder, and we actually haven't processed all of the bales, so, but that's okay. I think what we have processed is going to be plenty for a while now, and then when we do need to do more, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and rent the machine again. It's just not in the budget to buy it right now, or buy a bale processor at the moment. So maybe if we could see something used or something like that, but yeah, at the moment we're just going to be renting it. We just leave the wheelbarrow right here. Call that good. Pretty chock full of straw, this sheep shed is, so we'll have plenty of straw for bedding for the foreseeable future. We moved the rake back into this lean-to here. I would put some straw in this, but it's just too tight to get the loader tractor into this shed. So then we got the Landy hooked up to the machine here, and we are going to be bringing this back to the dealership because they do close at 5 on off season, so that back we're not charged an extra day. So I mean, it costs us $700 and $700, just a little over $700 to rent this for the day, so we don't want to be charged that again, because that's money out of our budget that we don't want to spend. I think that's going to be it for the episode, guys. Definitely appreciate you watching. I know it wasn't the most exciting episode, but it's jobs that need to be done on our farm. We got a small operation. We're not going to be doing too much of the exciting stuff to start, like harvesting and all that stuff, so we do what we do, so we'll keep to it, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.